As you know, the Pacific Northwest is pretty damp, and that often leads to mold in homes.
But do you know what to do? And do you know your rights as a renter? King 5's Michelle Lee is here with some answers. Hi, Michelle.
Hi. You know, we're always trying to help people solve their problems. So when a guy named Steve Brown reached out to us about some mold in his rental home, we really wanted to do the best we could to offer him some resources at the very least. Steve says he's had mold in his Olalla home since January, and despite complaining to his landlord, it hasn't been fixed, he says. In fact, he also says you can see that the landlord has previously tried to paint over a lot of moldy spots in his home. So if you're listening and you're a renter, you should know there are protections for you, also for the landlord, but that's all under the Landlord-Tenant Act. The problem is there's really not a lot of enforcement. Steve says he's learning that right now, and not only is he moving out, he has hired an attorney to recover the money he's out.
If you're average middle class, the only thing that you can do is hire an attorney on your own, out of your own pocket. I'm paying for all this today after 6 months of living here, and nothing's been done.
Now, in all fairness, we contacted the property management company that runs Steve's home, and we're still waiting a call back. But this really does serve as a lesson that it can be very difficult to enforce the laws designed to protect both the tenant and the landlord. So we have posted some resources, including that landlord-tenant law and what the state says about mold, how you can get an air quality test. It's all here if you text the word rent to 206-448-4545. And, you know, I'm going to open up the floodgates here because if you have a problem that you would like us to look at, you can also just text us and we will try to look at your problems. We can't solve everybody's problems, but we certainly want to help, especially with a case like mold in your home.
Exactly, Michelle.
Yeah.
And mold does cause physical problems as well, so it's important to pay attention to it.
Yes, absolutely. Even in the last hour, we were talking to, you know, we were getting a lot of texts, and one person said that their son had a black mold issue in their apartment and had to go to Children's for about 4 days and had an infection in his esophagus. So it is something to be very serious about, and certainly this is a good place to start if you want to text the word rent.
Okay. Michelle